we never stop being children. Our souls, the light inside of us, doesn't have age. It's timeless. It doesn't succumb to the laws of time like the external world. The external world and everything trapped in it are slaves to time. But actually, the light inside of us, it doesn't know time. It doesn't need to know time. And a really good example of this, and if you're being really honest with yourself, is to understand that we never really grow up. We are always children. And I can almost access the 12-year-old version of me on his first day of high school. I can access the 6-year-old version of me when I made my first friends. I can access the 21-year-old version of me when I fell in love for the first time. And all of these versions of you are within us. And it's a really amazing thing, because when you think about a version of you, when, let's just say, when you were 18, you love that version of you. And that version of you was necessary for you to be where you are right now. And if you really love life and you love who you are right now, you can only love every past version of you, because that version of you was necessary to get to this point. So let me explain this. If you think about the 13-year-old you, and maybe getting into a fight at school, which is something that at the time feels scary and something probably that feels wrong, I look back on that and I think, wow, that was a really necessary part of my growth. I love that version of me. I needed that version of me to come out at that time for me to be on that path to get to where I am now. And I love that. I love that me, and I bless that me. Just remember, that's a really important point, which I'll come back to later on. But we are constantly looking back on versions of us, and we are always sending them love. I have yet to meet anyone who looks back on an old version of themselves, and they might think, oh, that version of me is not me anymore, it was embarrassing, but they still secretly, deep down inside, love that version of them, because that version of them was part of their evolution to get to where they are now. And that's really beautiful. Now, if you understand that this spirit inside of us is timeless, and every past version of you, every single version of you in the past is with you right now, stands with you right now, walks with you right now, you have to understand that every future version of you also stands with you right now and walks with you right now. And you can access that future version of you. So in 10 years' time, you're going to look back on yourself watching this video, and you're going to think, I love me for having gone through this journey. I love me for having watched this video. And you're going to send yourself blessings. You're going to send yourself love. And the best part is, you don't have to wait 10 years to receive that love. Right now, in this moment, you're receiving love from yourself in the future. Does that make sense? I know this sounds really, really trippy, but whether you're alone, whether you're down, whether you're broke, whether you feel like no one cares about you, just know that there's a future version of you that already exists today. That's already there today, that is sending you love. This person loves you and knows you more than any other person ever will, because it is you. And it is constantly sending you love. And I use the word it because at our very core, our souls don't succumb to superficial things. This is a very tricky thought for me to verbalize, but it's really important that people understand this and that you understand this. If the past versions of us still exist today and they're alive today, they're alive and well, they never died. It's our spirit is the same when we were 3 years old as to when we're 60 years old. We're always children. If they are accessible to us, then we can also access the future versions of us. And while we might not know superficially what that version of us might look like, or how they might act, or what they have, that's not important. The love is the same, and you can receive love from the future version of you. You are receiving love from the future version of you. If you're watching this video right now and you truly appreciate how profound this moment is, you're going to look back on this in 5 years, maybe 10 years, maybe 15 years, and you're going to send this version of you right now love. And it's beautiful because you don't need to wait 5, 10, 15 years to receive that love. You're getting that love now because remember, that soul within us doesn't operate within time. It's happening right now. You're giving yourself blessings right now from the future, and you can receive that now. I think it's a really beautiful thought, and I think it's something that we should remember every day, whatever we're doing, that we are always receiving love from a version of us. Just like when you think about the past, no matter what you were doing or if you're making mistakes, you're still going to send that version of you love, because that version of you was necessary for you to get here. And here is beautiful. As a side note, this perspective has changed how I view elderly people. Time is so cruel, and I'm 30 years old now, and it went just like that. I still remember being a child. I still remember being 5 years old, getting my tricycle. So we're all going to be victims of time at some point, if we're not already. And it's important to laugh with old people and to joke with old people and just understand that they aren't different from us at all. They've lived longer in the external world, and, time has had their way with them, but they are just children and they're innocent, and they just want to feel that again. And if you can make them feel like that, even if it's for a few minutes every day, it's really just a true gift, and it's something small that you can do that will change someone's day and make them so much happier. But I hope this helps you. Just remember that if you're not feeling loved, there's someone out there who loves you and knows you more than you could even imagine, more than your wife, more than your mother, more than your father. It's yourself, and that person exists already in you, and that person is already sending you love every second of every day. Just remember to be aware of that to receive it, because it's like a flow of love. It doesn't stop. It's like an ocean of love. It doesn't stop. It just keeps coming. Sometimes that's enough to get you through even the toughest days, and that's really beautiful.